Mad Max cancelled for the 360 and PS3. Let's talk about that.
Audio Jungle.
Hello and welcome, I'm Mike and you're watching Mikey's Gaming News. So yes, Mad Max has been cancelled for the 360 and PS3. Now, I understand some people are going to be upset by that. For me, I just moved on recently from last gen. I bought my PS4 in September and I was happily going away, just happily playing on my 360 and PS3, and I'm still new to the current gen. Even though I'm a gamer, I know quite a lot about gaming and things like that, I'm still quite fresh to the new gen consoles. So some people will be upset, and I mean especially when they cancel games like Dying Light, Mad Max, Just Cause and all this, and for the next gen they're only coming to the PS4 and the Xbox One and PC. So when they certainly announced these games maybe a few years ago at E3 to say this is the platforms they're coming to, every platform going apart from the Wii U, then people are going to be excited because they're like, well, why do I want to move on to the current gen when I'm happy with my PS3 and PS4 and I can get these next gen games that are coming to the current gen on my old systems? When they cancel them at the last minute, I can fully understand people getting upset because it's like, well, hang on, I've kept on hold of my old gen systems to be happily playing these games when they're coming to both systems. So I can understand people being upset with that. But we also have to understand that technology is moving at such a rate that companies have to move with them. And when you're making games that with a vision, that you want that vision to be as perfect as you possibly can. So take Mad Max, you want the setting to be as perfect as you can, the characters, the story. So you've got these artists that are sitting around, they're drawing what they think the game should look like, and they try to struggle with the old generation of consoles to try and make that vision as crystal clear as possible. But they can't because they're struggling with the old technology. Even though we love it, some of us still happily play them. I've still got my PS3 and Xbox One, Xbox 360, and I still got a few games I want to get through. But in the same side of me, inside, I still think I want to now move on. I want to see what these companies can do with this gen technology. Even though it's not as powerful as we think it is, we still want to see what they can get from it. So things like deferred lighting, which they can do now, which they can't do, which basically means that they can now give realistic lighting not just from outdoor sun to cast shadows. They can cast shadows from lamps now that bounce the lighting off the ground, fireplaces that is now bouncing, the light is now bouncing off certain 3D objects, and tessellation, which again means that the bumps of certain surfaces, the bumps of certain things are like a rock. You can now see it as a rock. You can now, because certain environments are now characters in games, they want that to be as realistic as possible. And the VRAM, again, which means lowering the texture, you've got all these things that they're trying to sacrifice to fit on old gen consoles. When you've got the scope now for current gen to make these games as realistic as they possibly can with the budget they've got and the hardware and all this and the software they've got, so they want to move on. So I understand companies are now dropping last gen, and even if you forget all those textures and lighting and all this to try and fit it onto the last gen, they're going to bottleneck the CPU so tight that even then it's going to be so tight, rammed in to try and make things work, this is going to be very difficult. So they have to sacrifice certain things in certain places, and likes of anything in life, you've got to take that chance to just take the confidence and just move on and trust that everything will be okay. So I can understand last gen guys and girls that You're upset. I fully understand. I'm fresh to current gen. But at the same time, we now have to let these companies do what they have to do to move on with the current times. Anyway, that's it. That's all I've got for you guys. I'm Mikey, you're watching Mikey's Gaming News. Like, comment, favourite and subscribe. Until next time, take care. Peace.